Well, it's obvious that the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare, is going to be a major issue come November. The last company offering Obamacare plans in Alabama, for instance, Blue Cross, has proposed an across-the-board 39% rate increase, and there's not much the state can do about it. So much for it all being competitive pricing that President Obama has promised. This comes on the heels of United Healthcare and Humana, two major providers, announcing that they're actually going to pull out of the vast majority of state exchanges. So here's a question. How does Hillary Clinton escape the big government legacy of Obama come November? Joining me now, Danielle, McLaughlin, and John Tamney. Danielle, you're a Hillary supporter. You've got increases in Arizona, perhaps 65%, Texas 59%, New Hampshire 45%, Florida 44%, Colorado 41%, Ohio 40%. These are mostly swing states. This stuff hits people right before they go to the polls. I think this is a huge albatross for Hillary.
I'm not sure that you're right, Charles. I think that the cost constraints are things that Hillary is going to have to worry about, and frankly, Congress is going to have to worry about, and state governments as well. But what we are seeing from very early studies is that Obamacare is working, and it is bringing health care to people who didn't have it before, and we're seeing fewer people going into real financial distress because of it.
John, I guess it depends on how you define working. You can't keep your doctor. Premiums are up, deductions are up, deductibles are up, and I think otherwise it's an unmitigated disaster.
Of course it is. Let's consider just a bronze plan for a family of four. The deductible to be part of this plan is $11,000, meaning if you have joined the Obamacare insurance system, you basically don't have insurance. It's been a disaster. It's an embarrassment for Hillary Clinton, yet she faces a very difficult situation. If she trashes what makes no sense, she offends her base, but if she sticks with it, she's got a major albatross of failure hanging around her neck.
Danielle?
I don't agree. We have seen states taking different approaches to expanding Medicaid, and we are seeing that people are actually getting better. And if we're worried about income inequality, and if we're worried about people being healthy enough to actually work.
What about people who had a job, who were working, hadn't seen a raise in a long time, had a doctor they were very comfortable with, and all of a sudden they had to leave their doctors, their premiums are through the roof, deductibles are through the roof, businesses can't hire. I mean, this has been like an earthquake through the U.S. economic system. It's just for the 20 million number I keep hearing Hillary talk about, at what cost? Couldn't there have been some much better, smarter way of doing this other than this?
Well, I suspect if there had been a better solution, we would have had it by now. And absolutely, I'm not going to sit here with you and tell you that Obamacare is perfect, because it's not. But 20 million people, some people who would have been bankrupted because they couldn't get any health care for their families or their children, that is a win.
John, last word to you on this.
There's an easy solution. Make it about insurance. If insurance should be for catastrophic instances, in which case it'd be very cheap for any family to get it. Obamacare promised the world that's logically expensive, which means that no one is insured thanks to this lousy law.
All right, guys, let's leave it there. It is a huge albatross, and the timing of it could actually be an October surprise. In the meantime, Donald Trump set to meet with evangelical leaders later in the week. This, as a new poll shows that, well, most churchgoers hear about politics from their preachers. Maybe it should be legal. We'll discuss it next.